So that's me finished up my run. Got to say it was a hard one today, as always. Honestly, I'm not really even cold anymore, but my hands are freezing. Yeah, I'm training for a marathon. I've taken it upon myself to run a marathon in December, and it is December, so on the 17th of December, which will be a Sunday, I'm going to set out to do a marathon. I've never done one before, and I actually did set out for a 23-mile run, and my legs gave in after mile 17 because it was cold and it was pouring down with rain, and my legs just started cramping up. So now I just hope when it comes to this marathon I will be able to finish it at least. But that's why I've upped my runs to 2 times a week, and yeah, my goal is to do it under 4 hours, but honestly, if I do it even under 5, then that will still be a success. So yeah, it's a nice morning. It's cold, it's freezing, but it's a very nice morning, and yeah, I'm going home for a shower. And with that, I wanted to discuss discipline, because if you're someone who watches my channel, then maybe you already have a life vision, you have a purpose, you have goals you want to set out to achieve, and you want to create your own reality rather than realizing someone else's creation. Or maybe you're just working on your vision and you're just figuring out your purpose. Either way, you've probably recognized it takes discipline to actually get there. And you might be thinking, if you're maybe not so disciplined, or you just want to become more disciplined. I'm not, by no means am I saying I'm the most disciplined person on earth. I'm far, far from it. I'm working on myself every day to be more disciplined. But I just wanted to give some advice regarding discipline. That is, to have discipline, it just depends on the way you see yourself. Because the future you get to see, depends on how you see yourself now. So what I'm saying is, how you see yourself now dictates the life you get to see in the future. And I just think that's because when you see yourself as someone who, let's say you start on New Year and you start going to the gym to lose fat because you recognize that you are overweight and you want to lose fat, then quite often people like that, after a few weeks, they gave up because they see themselves as someone who's fat, who's just trying to lose fat and is just trying to become skinny. But they realize that after just a few weeks, they've not really seen any results. And they're tied to the outcome. And what happens after a few weeks is they don't see really much, if any, results. And then maybe they just give up. But instead, if you just see yourself as someone who goes to the gym, and losing fat is just a byproduct of that, you recognize that if I just go to the gym long enough, if I stick to being consistent on a long enough time frame, a long period, I will lose this fat and I will achieve what I originally set out to achieve. but I just see myself as someone who goes to the gym. So, how to implement this practically? So let's say you actually are someone who wants to start a new year and you want to lose some fat. Well, first of all, I would say just start now rather than waiting for New Year, because today it's the 3rd of December, so just start. Don't wait for anything. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't leave until tomorrow that which you can do today. However, let's say you do recognize you're overweight and you want to lose some fat. Then instead of being in the kind of mindset that, yes, I want to lose fat as soon as possible, well, those kind of people are probably going to come to the gym their first day, maybe for an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. Maybe that's what they read online they should do. Maybe that's, what they just read is the right amount of time. And they come in for a few weeks, and then maybe they just end up giving up, and they recognize that it's hard and they've just thrown themselves in the deep end. If however you tell yourself, if you've never been to the gym, for example, okay, I'm going to the gym today and I'm going to go for 15 minutes. Doesn't matter how many calories I burn. What matters is that I went to the gym and I stuck to my word. Because when you stick to your word, that's how you build discipline. Because if you just think, oh yeah, but you know what, it's not really that important. If you tell yourself you're going to the gym, even if it's 15 minutes, and even if you realize 15 minutes isn't going to do much, just go anyway, because you're going to stick to your word. And that's how you will build discipline over time, because you sticking to your word makes you, well, I mean, you wouldn't believe anyone else who doesn't stick to their word, right? So how do you suppose you're going to become disciplined yourself and you just don't stick to your own word? Tell yourself, I'm going to the gym for 15 minutes, even 10, who cares? Come in, even if you only have time to pick up a dumbbell, have a look at some machines, go to the gym for those 15 minutes, come back tomorrow, go for 20 minutes, does not matter how many calories you burn, and come back the next day after that for 30 minutes. And slowly build it up. And instead of focusing on right from the jump, just burning as much fat as possible, start with the fundamentals, which are going to get you the end result you want later on down the line. So start with building the consistency, which is actually going to get you the results you desire later on. Same goes for going on a run. If you tell yourself you're going on a run, go for a run. Go for 15 minutes. Run around the block. Who cares? If you tell yourself you're going on a run, doesn't matter if it's raining or it's cold, go out for even 5 minutes. Just go on a run around the block. Just stick to your word. Start sticking to your word and you will be surprised how much you can change your life. Because you will build so much more discipline, because you will see yourself as someone who sticks to their own word and who just takes action on the things you say you will take action on. And yeah, that's a little bit on discipline. There's probably much more to be said, and I'm not saying all of a sudden you're going to become David Goggins after trying this. No, and neither am I saying I am David Goggins, obviously. What I am saying is that if you do implement this in your life, you can be sure to improve your life, and you can be sure to just build some discipline and start achieving the things you want to achieve, because at the end of the day, it takes discipline to create the life you want, the life you desire. And especially as a man, the more you put yourself in discomfort, the more you grow. You have to recognize that it's in the discomfort zone that you grow. That's where you grow. yeah, so that's enough for now, unless I maybe think of something I want to add later on. Otherwise, get to it. Stay consistent. Start small and build up over time. Detach yourself from the outcome and just make sure you do the inputs. Don't focus on the outputs because you can't always control the outputs. Outputs being the outcome. Focus on the inputs, that which you can't control, and do those things every day. Make sure you do those things every day. And over time, eventually, with enough persistence, success becomes inevitable. You can do it.